in these times now, there you can see that most people are really fake. Most people are not who we actually thought that they were, right? Or should I say they are, right? They made a bunch of promises, and with these promises, they felt like, and they done told you like with how much you mean to them, to only go as far as they decided to just leave you alone and want to go deal with someone else. I say this to tell you this, like, especially in these times now, I have a lot of people that I know, that I've come across, that are currently going through a heartbreaking. They're heartbroken, right? And most people, right, that we live in, the most people, right, that we come across are just nothing but they're manipulative, narcissists, and all they want to do is just take. Now, depending on who you are, your time, your energy, your hard-earned resources, right? Because you think about it, like when we really reflect, like it's like, yo, after all this, you decided to just leave me alone. You just wasted my time. But how about I told you, and I'm telling you, and you see the title of the video, consider it a blessing when someone decided to just leave you alone and go with someone else. All right, but if you want to hear the rest of this, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. And let me introduce myself. This is Gene, your best friend, your new best friend. Check this out. It's actually a good thing. It's a beautiful thing when somebody, and actually I said this, so you see it, the key word blessing, when somebody decides to just leave you to be with someone else. One thing that I don't understand about people, right? Especially, I've been saying this for my video. I say people that come once in your life, and you were madly in love with them, and they made a bunch of promises. And what gets me is like they'll be the main people. They'll actually go out their way and try to just want to just be in your life. They're trying to convince you that, oh, I love you. They were the ones that chased us. Believe me, it's been some years since I've been in a relationship. Don't get me wrong, I would love to be in a relationship with a beautiful woman, and especially at this time right now, like that, I love to have kids. And and I think about it, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. Especially like I would love to be with someone that's like-minded, and we could share our time. We got our, we could compromise. At one point, I didn't want to do none of that. I just wanted to have a good time and just chill with a female and then go upon my day. But I realized I would love to be with someone. But I'm sure a lot of you can agree, you watching this video, most people are so manipulative. They're narcissists. They'll come in your life. They'll tell you how much you mean to you, and to only just come around and just take. Right? Now, for those of us, not everyone are really going through the same thing. Where like for example, if you're a female, that doesn't mean that you're gonna, a lot of guys now, they're using women for money, which I don't understand. I grew up old school where you provide for the female, but a lot of dudes, it's vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, you being used, heart-earned resources, your time and energy, and you know those same people were once you believe that, hey, they were very affectionate towards you. You guys were so much madly in love. To only turn around and they just don't want to deal with you, but they don't want to break up with you. They don't want to leave you alone. But guess what? They want you around just so they could use you, right? But someone decides to just leave you, right? And say, hey, I don't want to deal with you no more. And then they start talking down on you and disrespecting you. It's a good thing. I'm going to tell you why. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Believe it or not. You have the option to just get up and just go. And you actually did. And a lot of times, too, these people are cowards, right? They'll get up. They'll come around. You have to find out from the grapevines that they are cheating on you, and you caught them red-handed and trying to make it look like that you're the bad person. But they decided to just waste your time, and you know the signs. We all know that, okay, you know what, when somebody is doing you wrong and you feel some type of way, you know the signs. We just know. And you feel this type of energy that, okay, these people are just not who they really are. But they decided to go, and a lot of times too, they don't ever want to go in peace. If they do decide to just leave you alone, hey, they go, all right, they be with that person. Guess what? They only find out that this person that they left you for mistreated them, actually used them, right? Karma. But this is where it gets better. This is why it's actually good. They'll come back and try to pursue you again and try to treat you and tell you how much you mean to them after all you went through with them. And I'm going to tell you why it's a beautiful thing. Because you have the power. Now, I don't condone for you to go back to someone that actually hurt you. Right? Now, I'm not saying that everybody that leaves you, they cheat on you. But think about it. If you are all in and you put your time and effort into wanting to be with them, and they just decided to whatsoever, they don't even want to work out, they try to communicate with you and tell you why they want to leave and how they feel, that's something right there that you have to really think about. Listen, I know something about love. I know something about being with someone, and I've been hurt. I've been hurt before. Believe it or not, I've been hurt before, and I'm not afraid to admit that, because man, it was one point, man, I got my heart broken, and I could be vulnerable and vent a little bit, but I'm healed. I'm healed. But I don't ever forget. That had to be the most hurtful thing I went through, and that person did not want to admit and tell me why they wanted to break up with me, but they made it look like that I was this, I was that, I was this. And I have so many stories I could go on, but it was this one particular person that actually wanted to be with me, right? And she was going to school to be med school. I don't even care. I talk about it, you know what I mean? Because, man, she can't find me, you know what I mean? So blocked and everything, right? Talked down on me. I remember just like it was yesterday. Man, that was so hurtful, because I was actually going through a previous breakup. This is one of the reasons why it's very good to heal before you get into another relationship, because whatever you're going through, a specific relationship, and this is how toxic people, they know how to manipulate you. A narcissist person know how to come after a person that's manipulative, and they'll actually tell you how good they'll treat you, do this and do that and do this, and then they'll only turn around and do the same thing to you. And she decided to just get up and just leave. All right, cool, talk down on me, and I had to ask them, do you really want to be with them? No, they didn't want to be, right? Only found out 4 years later, trying to come back into my life. And trying to do the same thing again. I did not accept them now. But I realized I had the upper hand. I realized that I had the power. And the power was for me to tell you no. It was a power for me to tell you no. And guess what? That same person had to realize that they cannot have you back. And like I said, you've been hurt. Think about it. Before you make that decision, somebody decides to just leave you alone, to be with somebody else, or just break up with you, think about how you felt. Think about what did you have to do to heal. Think about it. Because for me, I ain't gonna lie to you, it took me 4 years to heal. It took me 4 years, and for me to heal, I had to learn that it wasn't me, it was them. Now, there's people out here that will actually go crazy, do crazy things. Now, listen, I'm not condoning if you do anything crazy. I would never tell you to go do this and that, but I always advise. There's a thing that say time will heal, but at the same time, how can you heal when you could think about what that person did to you and they're trying to come back to you? Me, I'm a kind of person, look, you do me dirty, you hurt me, or you decided to try and do me wrong, man, I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone. I'll let karma deal with you. And you try to come back around. And the power that I have, and I realize that for me, is saying no. You know what I mean? I'll be cool with you if you find me. But I'll let you know, like, hey, it's not going to work out. And I'll let you know. But that's just me being nice. But you have to realize, right, for most of us, when people decide to just leave you alone and they left you, think about it. They were not considerate of how you felt. They were not considerate of, okay, the time that you wasted to be with them. They did not consider that, hey, you sacrificed your hard-earned resources and give them what they wanted. They did not even consider, and most importantly, how much you showed them, how much you loved them. And the crazy thing is, it's not until they try to come back and realize that who you were and how you are as a person. So I have to tell you, it's a beautiful thing, because guess what? They leave you alone and they go with somebody else. That's somebody else's problem. That's somebody else's problem. And guess what? Somebody out there is gonna love you for who you are. Someone's gonna worship the ground that you walk on. Someone is gonna sit there and just, for example, you get up, and I'm just an example, you could just be getting ready for work. And you realize that, okay, you got to make up your lunch, you got to do this, you got to do that. And that person who's supposed to be for you is going to love you for you. By the time you get up and you go shower, they already have everything done for you. You got to get up and just go through the door, boom. They'll even give you money, huh? Here's X amount of dollars for lunch. Lunch could be, you go get you a sandwich, or you could go and get you like a meal for like $20. They give you 50, huh? Take that 50. Take that 50. Oh man, 50. And they do it, they'll give you $50 every day. An example, you know what I mean? So think about it. Somebody decides to hurt you, and did you think about it? There's somebody out there that won't even dare to do that. Don't even think about anything. Like, okay, you know what? Me doing this to this person, my person, that person right there. That's the best thing I got him out. That's the best thing God blessed me with. So think about it. That person who decided to hurt you, guess what? That's their loss. All right? It don't matter if you're male, female. We all get hurt. And that's a part of life, and that's what's going to make us stronger. Strong enough not to go back to that person, and strong enough to know that, okay, if somebody's trying to come back and somebody similar is trying to do the same thing to you, you automatically cut them off. Think about it. I'm going to say this and I'm going to let you go. It was somebody that I knew, right? Somebody that I do know. He told me something that was some real stuff. I remember I was going back and forth with a person, and I've been hurt before, right? And I've been in relationships where things didn't work out. He told me something that made a lot of sense. He was like, I'm going to complain about him, about this specific person. The person left, tried to come back. I'm arguing. He said to me, why would you get mad about something that you've been through already? Why would you want to go through that again? So like I said, somebody do you dirty, somebody trying to bring you down, somebody decided to just leave you alone to be with somebody else, or just think about it, how you felt. And think about when they do come back, the power that you have. And the power is to say no, and for them to realize that how much of a good person you were once in their life. All right? You can always forgive, but you never forget. All right? So if you like this video, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Also, in the description below, comment pinned to the top. Keep up with the latest luxury styles and trends at Gorgeous 271. This is your best friend, your new best friend, Gene. I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.